Welcome back, friends. Zach here, full-time reseller, and I'm back at it again. It's a beautiful Friday morning up here in northern New Mexico. I'm sitting right outside my first garage sale of the day, and this first sale is some individuals I've dealt with in the past. They do have a lot of work utility and some nice clothing, but they know what it's worth. So hard to say if I'll buy much here, but follow along and I'll show you how I do this thing. How much on these?
Eso $10.
$10?
Yeah, and that one, and Miss Me?
On Miss Me?
Yeah, eso 10. Another one is $3.
If I bought two pair, would you do 8 a piece? For 2 pair, 8 and 8, 16?
8 and 8?
Yeah, 8 a piece rather than 10.
Okay.
You do that? Is that fair?
Yeah.
Or we could do 7. Okay, there's 20 right there. So 18, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, thanks for the deal. All right, so got a Wrangler Sherpa lined flannel for a couple bucks. It's all right deal. The Miss Me jeans and the Rock Revival jeans, she did crack me a little bit of a break on them. I hate paying that price. That's almost thrift store price. It's a little bit below thrift store price at 8 a piece, but I just know that they'll sell, and I don't mind paying up even at a garage sale for items that I know will flip quickly. And Rock Revival and Miss Me jeans are definitely that. So gonna boogie on down the road. There's several more garage sales. It's very early. I'm hoping to have a great day. How much you kids want on these?
Those are the insulated, those are 10. They got that lining in there.
Sir, I'm sorry. What did you say you had on these ones here?
Those just the regular ones?
Just regular online. $5 I can handle.
So here's the rundown at the last stop. I got this Western belt. The gentleman wanted $3. I countered to $2. He was willing to do it. I have bought from him in the past, and I knew he would take a deal. He did have some Carhartt lined FR pants, but I don't do that good on Carhartt pants. Despite being FR and being lined, I looked them up, even depending on the size and everything, and they just didn't have a great sell price or sell-through rate for what he was asking. However, I actually found these, and these are better, and he only charged me $5. Now, these are women's FRs, but I still sell them pretty good, especially that brand. So don't sleep on area. Back at another one. Had to take about an hour break to get my little man to get his braces off at the orthodontist, so that put a little bit of a wrench in my picking this morning. But that's the life of being a dad, and one thing I love about being a reseller is it gives me an incredible amount of freedom to do things like that, and to have the freedom to come and go and be there for my kids, and that's one of the big reasons I love it. All right, I went ahead and snagged up this Hui women's zip-up jacket. Good price, pretty decent brand. She did have some silver capri jeans, but silver jeans just haven't been moving for me, and the price was there, but just decided to pass on them. All right, been lucky enough to get into some pretty clothes-heavy garage sales today, so hopefully find something good at this one. Nothing at that one, and today's just been kind of a strange day. It's probably because I had to break my loop and get my little man back and forth between where he needed to go, and it is Friday. Today just doesn't seem to have the numbers last Friday had, and that's how it goes. But Saturday is typically always better. The weather's supposed to be good tomorrow, so might just have to dig a little harder tomorrow. So next stop of the morning is an estate sale, and I shouldn't say it's morning because we're closer to lunch. This is a nicer neighborhood, and I like hitting estate sales. Sometimes they can be pricey, but I do find a lot of good collectibles, a lot of hard goods, and occasionally I can find clothing.
When I do find clothing at estate sales, it's generally pretty reasonably priced, but I can't say I get as many good deals on the hard goods and the collectibles. People tend to seem to know what those things are worth, especially if they have an agency hosting the estate sale, but it's never a problem to just ask if you can get a better price. Some of the auctioneers or agencies that hold estate sales in my area will do that and some won't, but doesn't hurt to ask. So let's go see if we can find something. Super cool enamelware 8-piece set. Priced up a little high for me, but vintage enamel stuff like this definitely sells in good shape, even in bad shape. Struck out at that estate sale, but that's okay. A lot of what they had was a lot of old collectibles, a lot of ceramics that were just kind of homemade earthenware that had been fired and painted, and a lot of overpriced kitchen accessories, blankets, just nothing I was really into. I'm sure there's probably something buried in there that somebody could dig for hours and try to find to sell online, but not this guy. Right, I found a garage sale just right down the street, so let's check this one out. Been in past my house, and as always decided to come to the thrift store that's right down the road from my house. Gonna go ahead and catch up with some of my friends, see if maybe they've stashed back anything good to buy to resell online. If you've made it this far, please reach out there and hit that like button. What I love about thrifting, garage sales, is just the funky, weird stuff you find sometimes. My friends Eric and Debbie, who work down here at the thrift store and keep the donation house stocked and keep things moving inside to the sales floor, are always good about setting some stuff to the side for me. I really appreciate that. And so today what they have for me is a pair of Carhartt insulated lined canvas pants. I'm gonna pick these up. These will be like $5, and then they have several older jackets that they were just going to dispose of. They're going to let me have them. This is just an Anchor Blue jacket, which I normally wouldn't buy, but it is duck canvas, so I think I probably could sell it for a little bit, and especially if somebody's just going to give it to me. And then this next piece I was about to buy, but I really couldn't find any sell-through on it. It's an older vintage Cowboys jacket, and it's not a real great brand. It's got some stains, but they're just going to give it to me. I didn't really want to pay up for it because of the condition, so I'm super grateful for all the help and the love I get at this local thrift. So I'm going to be heading over to the actual sales floor portion of this thrift store. And no, I'm not going to be buying this hat, but hopefully it'll get maybe a few laughs out of the viewing audience. Anyhow, just got home and I got a ton of things I need to get into the laundry and some items that need to be inventoried off. But all in all, okay day for a Friday. Definitely didn't get into the numbers I had hoped for, and I was kind of worried about that because there just wasn't a whole lot of boxes out, not a whole lot of listings on Marketplace, and really just kind of a slower day for garage sales in general. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. What I am gonna do though is stretch this into tomorrow and make tomorrow's sourcing and picking a part of this video. So keep following along and we'll resume mañana. Welcome back, friends. Zach here, full-time reseller, and I'm back out on the hunt on safari chasing deals. It's a beautiful Saturday morning here, looking for garage sale signs and boxes on every street corner of the neighboring city that I reside by. So I'm going down to a big church fundraiser sale as we speak. My partner in crime once again was there before me. He said that they're letting people look at stuff, but the sale itself wasn't supposed to start for another hour. So anytime you can mob up on a garage sale, a yard sale, a fundraiser sale, a rummage sale early, that's what you want to do. You want to try to get the lead on people, and so that's my intentions for this morning. All right, so down here at the local Catholic church, and this was a huge sale for me last year. I was able to source a whole bunch of pieces. My friend who is here already did tell me that the prices are a little higher, and that's just the nature of inflation. All right, church fundraiser sale. There's nobody here. Got the whole place to myself, so I'm trying to mob through all the denim, check for any really great shoes, and then gonna move over to some other stuff. I think they're doing $5 fill a bag. I got this Grace in LA embroidered jeans, and then I got me a good square hair Ariat FR crew neck. It does have some outside embroidery, and then some Hey Dude boots, couple bucks. They're just kids, but they'll move. Another Ariat FR long sleeve button up. Gonna stuff it in the $5 fill a bag. Good deal.
Put a bag of clothes. Subtotal. $10. I'll give you 10. That. That. I'll give him 3 ones.
Thank you.
So
Miles.
pretty good start to the morning so far. I've spent $9. I've got a couple Ariat FR shirts that were in good condition. Got a good pair of Hey Dude boots, and also got a women's snowboard jacket. Not a great brand, but for the price I'm paying, I'm good with filling a bag and boogieing out of there.
How about on your half zip here? What's your one on it?
That one I'll do $1.
$1. Is it stained or is it like dryer
This
burns
is
on it?
dryer burn.
This is a half zip Patagonia women's fleece. Does have some dryer burns on the fleece, but got it for $1. But the real score, and I thought she was gonna tell me she wanted 10, 15 bucks for it, was this Carhartt women's denim jacket. It's in excellent shape. She said $5. I didn't argue that. Carhartt, my business partner. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys some money and some advice. Is this where the money goes?
Yeah.
All right. Always be honest. Always work hard. That's the key to life. Alrighty?
Thank you.
You got it. Good luck with your sale.
Thanks.
So about an hour into it this morning, or a little bit over an hour, and only spent about 15 bucks. Got quite a bit of good stuff. I am making my way over to another very wealthy neighborhood. It's about an 8 to 10 minute drive from where I'm at. Just haven't came into anything good in my favorite spot in the big city that I do most of my sourcing at. So I'm gonna just relocate, and I suggest that you be on your purpose and be moving fast if you're doing garage sales. If you come across one though, however, that's got a lot of good stuff, take your time, dig, try not to get in too much of a hurry if it's worth it. But sometimes it's really hard to know when to cut your losses and when to get out. I know personally that the first 2.5 to 3 hours of garage selling on a Friday or Saturday morning typically are the best for me. And then after that, it can start to fade out. Not always, but most of the time. And that's just typically because there's other people out there shopping, and the good stuff goes quick.
All right, the garage sale seems a little bit slow this morning. Probably just going to be some late bloomers. Someone come in here and see all my friends, get some coffee.
All right, so my good friend, my partner in crime, Phil, just ringed me up. He decided to cut ties with the big city and start outsourcing to the more rural areas a little sooner than I did this morning, just because it's been a little bit slow here in town. I think a lot of that's just because it's been overcast in the mornings here the last several days, and garage sales just seem to be popping up a little bit later. But what my friend Phil had to report was that there was a really good church fundraiser sale on the outskirts of town, a little bit closer to my house, so it is about 10 minutes away. I generally don't break free of here, but this is twice today. My buddy's looking out for me. This will be the second church sale he's put me on, and he did tell me there's some good stuff, so I'm gonna boogie that way. I think it's worth it to go and peruse around. He also said they were doing $5 fill-a-bag sale, said there was some good outdoor apparel and some flame resistant garments, and he knows that's right up my alley. So just love having a brother that looks out for a homie.
So it looks like my buddy's already bailed out of here, but let's see what we can do at this establishment. All right, this is a 3XLT work utility. It's just a Cornerstone. It's an off-brand. It's definitely beat up. It's only $5. It's the size that matters, and it's different. Right, these are Cody James thick stitch Western jeans for men. It's $5 fill bag, so I'm definitely. I love when I can get into church sales, rummage sales. There's just a lot of stuff, and then you don't have to go looking for 20 different garage sales to find one or two items. And I do find the prices are usually better at sales like this too. So don't be afraid to haggle either. These are Adidas Spring Blades. They are beat to hell, though. I could probably clean them up. Sorry, I could probably clean them up and still make some money off of them, but it depends on what they want to sell them for. Right. Don't sell enough Ralph Lauren, but these are men's corduroy pants. I'm going to pick them up and stuff them in my winter vest. The kids' cowboy hardware pearl snap. It's got paisley, it's got thick stitch, and it's going to go in a $5 fill bag. So just finishing up. I think I went through most of the clothing here, just kind of trying to look over some of the hard goods, make sure I didn't miss anything. And did pretty good at this one. Definitely a score. So once again, thanks to my buddy Phil. Oh no, another score. Heck yeah. So just asked the woman handling the sale what the Osprey bag was. She quoted me $1. That's no-brainer. All right, I generally will pick up tooled leather items, belts, wallets, and even purses, even unbranded, but this one has a broken strap, and it's a nice little piece, but I'm gonna let it be. All right, just a little quick run through the shoes. I hate selling shoes, but if it's worthy of a grab, I'll lift it. All right, been a great stop. I'm only in it for like 11, 12 bucks. I got a bag full of clothing. I got a work utility jacket, and got an Osprey bag for $1. Okay.
5, 6. Okay, so $11.
11, that's what I got.
Awesome, that's a great deal. Thank you.
Yeah, with that jacket alone.
Oh heck yeah, that's a big size too. So all right, so just killed it in there. Got this whole bag full of clothing. I mean, it's packed with stuff. Got this kind of off-brand work utility jacket, but it's 3XL or 3X large and tall. It's a little stained up, but those big boy jackets, even beat up, will sell. And then, oh my gosh, might be the find of the day so far. I love Osprey. I have like 3 bags of my own. Oh, I don't have the Daylight Plus, but I'll probably move it. Think about this one. So here is the game plan. I just killed it at that stop, but I am going to head back into the big city. The trend lately has been there's a lot of late blooming garage sales between 10:30 to even 1:30 in the day, and especially on Saturdays that seems to be the case. People are just moving at their own pace, and so I'm going to race across the highway here, get back into town. All right, we're on the lookout. How much on the khakis, ma'am?
What would you give me? Give me $1?
I'd give you $1 for
Okay.
Ralph Lauren khakis. Okay,
Let's do it.
that'll work. Let me look around some. Thank you. Does this little guy work?
You know what? I don't think it's too long. She's probably...
All right, ladies, I'm gonna make a donation. I don't want anything in return, okay? But I want to tell you.
Are you sure?
To always work hard, to always be honest, and that's the key to a good life. So you ladies have a good day. All right, pick these up for just about nothing. I don't sell enough Ralph Lauren, but when I can find it for cheap, I'll grab it, and especially at this price. But the world is always funny. Earlier today at the first church sale, I came across a pair of Tiffany lamps. They were priced a little beyond what I wanted to spend today. It would have tapped me out for what I had allotted to spend, and so I turned them on to my buddy Phil. He's an OG reseller, and he definitely deserved to scoop them. He ended up picking them up because he had the cash to spend, and glad that he got them. But I was thinking to myself, darn it, any other day I'd have enough money to lift those, and I could have sold them locally on Facebook Marketplace. And wouldn't you know, I come across this little lighthouse. It's stained glass, and I may just give this to my mom if it works. They only charged me a few bucks for it. They couldn't prove that it worked, but they think the bulb is out, and I would imagine that's probably the only problem. Anything stained glass, anything Tiffany is just killer, even unbranded. And so yeah, probably just give this to my mom, but probably worth some money if it works. So keep an eye out for stained glass, and definitely don't sleep on it. Ma'am, how much you want on this guy?
Wish my daughters were here. They're the ones selling. So
Sure, I get it.
How many? 2 t-shirts.
That's a tough one.
3?
Did you take $2 for it? It's pretty haggard. I think the zipper's broke too. I'd give you 3 for it, but I think the zipper's hung up on top.
Is it? Oh. Okay.
Take a couple? Okay.
Yeah.
That's I know it sounds crazy, but old beat up Carhartts just like this sell for me. They don't sell fast, they don't sell for a lot, but I pick them up for nothing and I make money off of them. So I'm good with that. Kids are my proudest accomplishment in life. They've been raising me for years. Someday, hopefully I'll get grown, but the universe always reminds me when I need to give my kid a shout out, and my son right now is living life up with the United States Marine Corps. He's been spending the last year or so in Okinawa, Japan, in paradise, and now the lucky dog's got 6 months in Hawaii. So, rah, devil, love you, bud. Got these Danskos for $1. Put those right there if that's okay.
You bet.
Nothing at all. That's $1 and change. And I'm gonna give you $1 in paper money too, okay?
Okay.
So just understand the key to life is being honest and working hard, okay? Good luck today. Thank you. All right, I thought this was a Dooney and Burke purse, and it appears to be, but I think it's a fakie. It's got a tag that says it's made in Korea. All right, not a bad stop. Spent $4. Got some vintage Fire King mugs that have the C handle. I'm not so certain they're worth a whole lot, but I just love Fire King mugs. Super durable. Got a cool Pyrex milk pour or cream server. And then got a pair of Dansko Mary Jane shoes. Those are solid sellers for me. So happy when I can get out of anywhere for $4. And I was also able to give the kiddos a little bit of money. So I think that's the 3rd set of kids I've been able to tip out today. And the real tip I gave them wasn't so much the money, it was just to work hard and be honest. All right, it's getting a little hard out here for a hustler, getting slow. I've been to about 3 garage sales in a row and just haven't really found anything. I've rolled footage, but really nothing worth capturing and sharing with you. I'm gonna stop at this one here, but probably getting close to winding it down for the day. I'm getting tired and it's getting hot.
guys got on this?
That one's 25. Yeah, that one's
All right, so decided to walk very quickly on that last sale. Just asked a price on an Ariat long sleeve Western shirt, and the girl said $25. I can't even sell that shirt online probably for that much, not in that size and color, and that's all right. I don't blame people for wanting good money for their stuff, but I want to buy it for nothing. All right, I'm up here in a little bit of an outskirted neighborhood. It is a nicer, newer development, and so a little bit more wealth and just nicer community. This stop is pretty clothes heavy and got some shoes, so we're gonna hustle out here and see if I can't find something. If you've made it this far, please hit that like button. How about on your Keen shoes? $5. Should you do both these for $7? Okay, that's very fair. Let me look around just a little bit more. Beat up shoes, and I've really moved away from buying much Keen. They just don't move as well for me, but these Keen Elsas do sell well for me still. I've only sold 3 or 4 pairs in the past couple years, but they always move fast. And then went ahead and bundled, used the art of bundling, and she wanted $5 for both of these items, and I just asked her if she'd take 7. She went for it. Coach always moves for me, even these old signature logo canvas pieces. Just can't beat the quality of Coach. Morning, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. All right, another strikeout, just kids' clothes, and as always, junk. Well, was planning on wrapping it up, but once again got a call from my buddy who's out there scanning the field. He's hitting areas I'm not in, and wouldn't you know it, it is another church fundraiser sale. Now, this area is near his home in another far side of town, an area that I don't actually do a lot of picking in, but he did call me and said they're doing some good prices on denim. So there was a lot of clothing, so I'm gonna go ahead and go check it out. You just can't beat church fundraiser sales, sports fundraiser sales, any kind of fundraiser sale. I always find the prices are just rock bottom. Not always, but usually. And so be on those type of deals. Save yourself some money. Sitting right outside my 3rd church fundraiser sale of the day. Now, I'm usually pretty on it. I'm good about knowing where a lot of the sales are. I've got my mom looking out for me. She tends to send me a lot of addresses when she's at home on Friday and Saturday mornings. She's just helping out, and she'll scan Facebook and give me the idea or give me a location. But today, big credit to my friend. I mean, this whole weekend he's been looking out for me, and really the last couple years. So without him, I wouldn't have known about the past 2 fundraiser sales I was at this morning. I cleaned up at both of them. I spent minimal amounts of money on a high volume of items. And so this looks to be a smaller one, and I'm not so certain the prices are as good, but I bet you I'll probably come away with something here. So let's go check it out. Morning. How you ladies doing? Good. Well, great to hear.
Yo sé, pero pues
How much you guys want on just the shirt? $1 a piece. All right, it's a youth Jordan jogger suit. I think I get it for a couple bucks. Pretty good shape. Spent here was $3. I did ask if she'd do the 3 pieces for $2, and she shut me down, and that's okay. It was a church fundraiser sale, so I told her I get deals all the time, and I'll be glad to pay that. Went ahead and got the Jordan Youth Jumpman tracksuit. $2 on that, and then went ahead and sprung for the American Fighter long sleeve shirt. It does have a spot on the sleeve. It's pretty clean otherwise. I'm sure some vato will come along because it's got the Mexican flag and pay up for it. So I have hit a huge amount of garage sales today, and I would say probably 2/3 of the garage sales I've stopped at and purchased items I've made a counter offer and I have not been shot down all day, and that was okay. I was just shot down on that offer because it was only $1, and both of those items I know I will sell because I've sold those brands in the past. So if you're new to garage selling, maybe you're a little bit nervous, just know that if you make a reasonable offer and it's only a few dollars less than what they're asking, a lot of times I have success getting that offer. Now, if they counter offer you and you're good with paying that counter, go for it, or counter offer back. That's the beauty of garage sales, is that you're already paying a rock bottom price, and then sometimes you can drive the price down more. And that is where I like to bundle items, because often when I bundle items, people are willing to give you a better deal because they're just trying to get rid of a lot more items. So just do what your heart tells you, but don't be afraid to ask for a little less. I get success with it all the time. So just right outside of my local Staples office supply store, and I realized last night that I was getting low on my receipt book, and anytime I get back from garage selling, what I like to do is go ahead and start to reconcile or track my inventory. I get a receipt written out for every item. I denote where I bought the item at. Then from there, I plug it into a Google spreadsheet, and then from there, that is processed through eBay to my Reseller Genie account, which is the company that tracks my expenses and my sales. And so I can't say this enough, that having a good ability to stay on top of your inventory and track your expenses and sales is so imperative, especially as your business grows. And that is a big reason why I like to use my Reseller Genie. I'm not sponsored, I'm not an affiliate. I just strongly believe in their product, and I know that the owners are tremendously good people, and their customer service comes second to none in my opinion. So regardless of what you choose to use, just make sure that you're keeping track of it. The IRS just wants to know that you're making a good faith effort to keep a hold of what you're spending and where your money's going. They want to know those kind of things. So I'm just going to race in here, buy a receipt book. The only reason I'm buying it here is I don't want to go to Walmart, and it would take me about a week to buy it on Amazon. Everything is always cheaper on Amazon, so try to save money by buying stuff online. But given the circumstances today, I need the receipt book, so just gonna race in there and grab it. So one thing I didn't do soon enough is I didn't actually become a part of Staples Rewards Club, and they run some good deals. So I tend to buy a lot of stuff online, but when they are running 50% off sales on tape or boxes or packing peanuts, sometimes it's a pretty comparable price to buying things online. And so for that reason, I just try to shop around and save money any way I can. And just remember, you can always expense it off at the end of the year. So I'm definitely paying up for this guy. I burned through a couple of these, one of these about every month or so. And at Walmart, this guy's like $8.99 or something like that. So I'm definitely gonna have to pay a few extra bucks for it today, but I don't wanna battle the masses at Walmart on a Saturday, and Staples is much easier to walk in and out of, so I'm just gonna pay up for it today and get the heck home. All right, so I forgot my business debit card. Had to race back out here to the vehicle, but one of the beauties behind using my Reseller Genie is that you can integrate your bank account to the system, and so anytime I purchase something on my business bank account or through my business debit card, it automatically, several days later, flows through the system online to my Reseller Genie. I simply just create an expense for it, and that right there keeps me from having to do much work at all. So well worth the $20 I pay for their ultimate plan. Just made it back home and finished lugging in all this stuff that I bought to resell online. Total spent today was $64, so very similar to yesterday. I don't have a total count on how many pieces I purchased, but I believe I'm pretty close to 30 items. I did give my mom the Tiffany stained glass lighthouse. I only paid a few bucks for it. It's gonna need a light bulb, but she was happy as a clam. My mom is always there for me. She's always looking out for me and my kids, and so is my dad. So anytime I can find something cool for them for a nominal price, I'm always gonna lift it, and just glad I could do that. It made her day, and I'm super stoked about everything I got. I will say that a number of the items I bought today are gonna need a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of polishing, and that's just the case when you're primarily dealing with a lot of used stuff. However, everything I bought yesterday was very clean. It didn't need much cleaning, and so that's just the trade-off. But did get several Carhartt jackets today. The denim jacket's probably worth the most. The work utility jacket's probably not worth a whole lot, but I do sell beat up Carhartts, and so keep an eye out for them. And just happy that I got into 3 different church fundraiser sales. That saved me a ton of money. So once again, shout out to my good friend Phil for just looking out for a guy. He's always been there for me, and this weekend he has just been tremendous. So not going to do a haul today. Going to go ahead and wind it down. I'm just tired. I need to get some food in me, and I got a lot of inventory to do. But as always, if you like this video, please hit like, make a comment, or please subscribe.